Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Ian and I'm a quantum healer hypnotherapist, and today I have a wonderful session. That's pretty much part 3, but technically the second session that my client has kindly given me permission to share with you today. This session started so abruptly that I didn't get a chance to record the first part. It seemed like Archangel Zedkiel, who presented himself in this session, came through before I had a chance to hit the record button. But I'm glad that most of the important information was captured in this almost 30-minute section of this session today, and really powerful information that could potentially be censored. And with a careful choice of words, hopefully this video will remain up and be able to be shared far and wide, so please feel free to do that. I'm also very grateful for people sharing the first 2 parts of the first session, which got amazing feedback. So if you want to go back and listen to those, feel free to. I will leave links in the description below. I think we're on the cusp of all of this information coming out very soon. Days or weeks, we don't know, but time will tell. And I think the value of the information within this session is going to prove very substantial for a lot of people out there, to be able to work themselves through this fear, work themselves through the chaos, and hopefully keep them calm in the center of this storm that's upon us. So please sit back and enjoy, and let me know how this resonates with you. It would be great to get your feedback in the comments section below. And if you want to reach out and connect with me to have your very own session, please feel free to do that. I will leave a link to my website below. So please feel free to share. Thanks again and enjoy.
That we in the Galactic Federation and the celestial heavens have given our support constantly. We have to remember what's in your DNA, and we have to trigger you at certain times. Some are well on their way through their ascension process.
Yes.
And some are a little bit stuck and need therefore the assistance of humanity as well as the Galactic Federation of Light.
How will this help from the Galactic Federation present itself?
The Galactic Federation of Light sent 4.5 billion starseeds to Earth when we got the emergency call from Gaia.
Yes.
22 million years ago. There was the call, and we put the call and asked for volunteers.
Yes.
Volunteers were very hard to find at first, because this is the place where angels fear to tread. It is very dark. And the draconians and reptilians are fighting the biggest fight of their life. They want to stay in power on this planet.
It's it's very evident now that these forces, these dark forces, are coming to the surface. How do we prepare these souls that are going through this awakening for that to happen?
You have to hold the light for them. You have to hold space. You have to encourage them to heal themselves in nature, by the water, in the forest. Mother Gaia will give them what they need.
Yes.
There is also more enlightened humanoids who are willing to help by encouraging the use of modalities of healing that's in the DNA, to have them triggered and to have them switched back on. For when they volunteered to come to Mother Gaia on this earthly program, they had to give up all of their spiritual gifts, the many gifts that they have, and had to be born into a body. And thus, through the millenniums, has been a struggle. It wasn't always like that. It was a beautiful, beautiful planet at one point. And that's the point we're trying to get back to. When it was the Lemurians. The Lemurians came to Earth, and it was beautiful as it was created and intended to be.
Yes.
Then the Draconians and Reptoids saw that the humans were not aware of any gifts and decided to take over and make the planet theirs. We have watched without interference for so many generations and watched them suffer. Now we have decided, the Galactic Federation, to move forward, and a lot of times of the essence.
Yeah. There's a certain urgency regarding this process right now that requires a certain amount of people to be awakened. Have we reached that point of awakened souls on this planet now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But there will be another third wave.
And what can you tell us about this third wave that's coming?
This will be the masses. This will be a mass awakening.
Mm.
And they call it the Great Awakening, but this is actually a mass awakening.
Yes.
And there will be a lot of people who don't know what is going on. There will be a lot of confusion. There will be a deep separation. A lot in the dark who don't want to come to the light.
Mm.
They will stay there. And they will go to the fourth dimension, as we all have to progress.
Yes. And what happens to the rest of those that ascend to above the fourth?
There will be ships awaiting to take the awakened souls from the planet. You'll be given this opportunity to go home to their own sphere in the universe.
Mm. Their own planet.
Yes.
Their own home
their
being.
own planet.
Yeah, their own home planet. And this will be a free will choice.
Yes, because the Earth is the only planet that is of free will.
Yes.
And if they want to go home, they can go home.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that most will stay.
Yeah.
To help with the ascension and the rebirthing of Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a time where there will be very much confusion, very much upheaval, a lot of fire, a lot of flood.
Yeah.
as Earth sheds its skin. We have to work with the love that's in your hearts and the memories that's in your DNA.
Yeah.
You will be triggered at certain points. Not everyone will be triggered the same way. Not everyone will be triggered. Some will be dumbed down by the dark forces. They will not be enabled to engage in the higher frequencies, for they are kept in a space where they see no light of day.
Mm. And what would prevent those, or should I say, what would cause the dumbing down? What methods would they use?
These humans are dumbed down. They're not allowed to speak. They're not allowed to feel. They are injected with chemicals of a nature that disengages their DNA. They are working on two-strand DNA, therefore they have no knowledge of anything that is occurring on the outside of themselves.
Hmm. And this, these injections, for the people that don't receive these injections, what can you tell us about that?
These chemicals and these injections are to strip the DNA and strip the cellular capacity to hold the light and to hold love. They know only fear and pain. These are unfortunate creatures, unfortunate species, and they will go with the Dracos.
Hmm. And obviously there's people listening to this potential session today. Is that your intention for this message to be spread?
The intention of this message today is to prepare your heart, prepare your soul for an upsurge of information coming in from the Galactic Federation. We have to nurture your ascension with great caution. We have to try and have the capacity to reach a level of which your spiritual gifts will flourish, and you shall have heaven on earth.
Yes.
We shall share everything with you on a daily basis in meditation. Therefore it is important that people meditate, and meditate for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 5 times a day to connect your strands of DNA and the light knowledge that we are sending in the frequency of your DNA grid.
Wonderful. And there's been talks of a flash a flash coming into this planet. Is this the wave you're talking about? Or is this something separate? Is this energetic flash?
There is going to be a great wave. It will come and it will ebb out and come in again as the next portion of a soul's awakening. Will have to do so slowly, as it will be too much for the humanoid body.
Yes.
Too much information coming in at one time will cause very much disruption to their brain on a cellular level. Lots will not be able to cope. They need to have guidance and support, and there has to be a place where they can just be, not do anything, just be.
Yeah.
To be able to accept the light information which is about to occur on a cellular level in your body. Some will understand it, some won't. Some will struggle very much. Some will find it easy as they've already done some of the inner work. They want to know how their bodies work, what makes them tick.
Yeah.
Here on Vega, everyone loves everyone. Everyone shares in the knowledge. Everyone works together for the greater good. Mother Earth is requesting the same. We will have this. We will have you engaging with the Galactic Federation and come aboard and live in a beautiful, serene, welcoming place.
Wonderful. So, with regards to this draconian manipulation that's been on control of this planet for so long, how do we learn to not fall for their trickery anymore? Because there seems to be a lot of disinformation out there, and how to discern the truth. How can we discern this truth and trickery to avoid it?
You have to connect your head space, your heart space, and your sacral space.
Yes.
All three will connect together, will allow you to discern.
Wonderful. And once these draconians and all this like dark is removed, what's going to replace it? Will there be a system in place?
There will be nothing in place. There will only be humans, loving humans, and our starseeds now been able to progress back to the fifth dimension. Some will come straight home to the 12th dimension. The fifth dimension is only a stopgap. We've had to come through from the 12th dimension to the fifth dimension, and it is a struggle to come down this far.
Yes.
And the humans will gather their intelligence from their DNA and make it up to the fifth dimension. Some, however, highly enlightened beings will go to the seventh dimension in preparation for the evolution to continue.
It sounds fantastic. And when we raise our vibration up and this creating this new future, what sort of technologies can we look forward to that will help benefit the planet as well as humans on it?
Well, there will be so many things, so many things. You will have no fuel running cars. You will have no fuel running machinery. It will all be driven by light information. There will be therapy beds which will heal from the outside to the inside. It will scan the body and it will repair. There will be no disease because there will be no dis-ease on Earth.
It's wonderful. And will these medical beds be able to repair the broken DNA caused by the injections?
Oh heavens, yes.
That's amazing.
These beds will heal you in 3 minutes.
Wow.
Everything is free. 3 minutes meditation, 3 minutes healing.
Wow.
The power of 3
Yeah.
is a wonderful thing.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Now, what sort of advice do you have for people that are maybe going through this awakening process right now, maybe struggling right now with things? What sort of message and guidance do you have for those souls that chose to incarnate at this time?
We would like for those who are awakening now to be stable. And for them to be stable, they have to understand what is going on. A lot do not. A lot think they are mentally ill, where they are not. They think the visions that they are seeing, the light information coming in, is something quite out of the ordinary. And they just cannot get the grasp. They don't understand it, so they fear it. And while they fear it, they stop their ascension. Therefore, we must, as a collective, put vibrations to those we know who are in need. Have to have the enlightened beings work the grid in a manner that the light information is broken down for acceptance. There will be no other dark forces allowed on Mother Gaia. There will be no war on Mother Gaia.
Yes.
But the war is internal at the moment of awakening.
It's a spiritual war.
It is.
And what can you tell us about these children that have been almost part of this awakening process? What can you tell us about those souls? What's happening on the planet right now?
The planet is in for an upsurge, a massive upsurge of intergalactic rays, blue rays, from 5 different constellations, 5 different galaxies, all working together to bring the Earth to fruition, where Gaia can breathe again and produce the wonderful, beautiful rays. Earth is a very special planet. It was created to be a loving, caring, consistent, giving planet. Also a learning school where the beings from Vega could come and nurture, and there will be more light beings on Earth. As of today, the 12th of April 2021,
Wow.
to assist and to protect.
And how is this going to manifest in people's reality over the next 24 hours then?
People will be struggling with reality over the next 7 to 10 days as they bounce in and out of 3rd and 5th dimensions. Some will not really understand what is reality to them and what is not.
Yes. And I also want to express my absolute gratitude towards all those souls that have perished in this great spiritual war. How are they looking at things now from their perspective now that they've crossed over?
The Galactic Federation Galactic Federation is now asking for some starseeds to return home. Their work is done. Their mission is complete.
Well, we've got to thank them for their...
The humanoids
Yes.
will be raised enough in vibration for the ascension to occur by the end of the Earth year. By the end of the Earth year, things should be smoother. The DNAs of the starseeds should be at the light level to pursue their mission as at an end.
That's wonderful. What sort of foods should people be consuming to help with their process of moving through this transition that could possibly help in any way?
It would help the humanoids if they stayed with a plant-based diet to help move through the light information Their bodies are very dense. The chemicals in their bodies are not integrating very well with the light information.
Yes.
Some are rather sick in the cellular level. And we must not try to rush. But if we rush, we miss certain light information. And we have to wait again for the light information to come round again in the system.
Okay. I'm presuming that is a very long time of cycle, isn't it? For it to return round.
Well, yes, we are sending light information in waves.
Yes. So it's a very delicate operation.
It's a crucial moment in time and space.
Okay. So is there anything, other information that you'd like to share with us today that I haven't asked about regarding this wave, this third wave that's coming through?
This third wave will cause a lot of upset, a lot of anarchy and confusion. There will be a lot of fighting in the streets because people do not understand what is happening in their bodies or what is happening in their minds. But they are being triggered to awaken. And awakening to your own spiritual gifts that you have given up when you took this voluntary mission. Your body may hurt. You may have symptoms or things that is unpleasant happen on a cellular level that may make you want to scream, but we require you to breathe very deeply and to let go and just be. Some will feel their bodies are rigid, their veins are rigid, the insides are rigid, and therefore hurts very badly on the outside. We must learn to meditate and to go inside and relax and just be. If you be still, you will feel no pain. You will just feel the flow. If you fight it, then you fight, and your pain will be more. We do not want to see you in pain. We only wish for your progress.
Okay.
So that concludes this wonderful session. I want to thank my client for allowing me to share this with you guys. But I also want to thank you guys for listening and sharing. It really means a lot to me to be able to do this work, and I feel very humbled to be in this position to share this information with you guys. So take care, peace be with you, and remember, we've got this.